Chop game. Market makers playing that chop game. Traders getting wrecked, don't trade it the same. Long it, pull back, short it, moon quick. Market makers in the back, left. Confirm, breakout. Nah, now it's reversing. Market makers bait the highs and slice the lows. Paint the picture, then it folds. Fake bull flags, fake bear traps, jumping in late. That bag collapsed. Whipsaw move, straight disrespectful. No trend, just chop. Feeling regretful. Market makers see it stop like X-ray vision. Liquidity hunting, that's their mission. Retail trying to snipe the top. Market makers cooking, it's getting hot. Revenge trading will break your soul. Fear, greed, envy, you lose control. Jealousy, anger, revenge gets fed. You revenge trade, now in the red.
Don't feel like you have to be in a trade. Don't give up, I know it's hard. Royal flush soon, like playing cards. Markets change, can't trade it the same. Long the uptrend, short the flare.
It's that range game, fake out chains. Market makers profit, traders feel the pain. Candle art ain't what it seems. Chop is a weapon, killing dreams. Chasing that breakout too late, my friend. Market makers denying the sin. Retail trap, caught in that zone. That traders be holding bags, asking for a loan. FOMO hits, traders load that size. Price retraces, no allergies, but watery eyes. Market makers sell the dream by the dip, then the dip keeps dipping. It's a sucker script, adapt to die. That's the motto, no edge in chop, just highs then hollow. Top down scan, zoom out the view. Avoid the noise, wait for the cue.
Don't give up, I know it's hard. Royal flush soon, like playing cards. Markets change, can't trade it the same. Long the uptrend, short the flare.
Feeling fear, feeling greed, angry, mad. Want that speed, fast, jealous, wide. Trade the flex, revenge got you wrecked, now you second guess.
You gotta breathe and follow the plan. You'll win again if you understand. Don't give up, hold your ground. Set alerts for the trend, wait for the sound.
Whipsaw move, straight disrespectful. No trend, just chop. Feeling regretful, market makers see it stop like X-ray vision. Liquidity hunting, that's their mission. Catch the move, not the hype parade. Stay in the game, that's how legends are made. Market makers playing that chop game. Set a stop loss on every trade. Trade with the trend, or get trapped again.
That's right, guys. We got to set a stop loss on every trade. Every trade that's a trade. If you have an investment, well, then that's a different story. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Oh, wrong one. Bingo, bango. What's going on, guys? So happy you guys are here. This may be a pretty quick stream, depending if more people jump in. I know that there's a lot of other people having other streams right now. A lot of stuff's going on in the market. So, we may close this one down early so we can go to the other streams. They got more stuff going on right now. Looking at the crypto bubbles on the daily, everything pretty much pumped. Aerodrome, we're looking at this one. It pumped 16.7%. We got Pump, finally moved. We have Morpho, don't know what that is. Bonk, LDO. So there's quite a few of the double digits, which this is something that we love to see. Absolutely love to see it. On the hourly, we can see that some of them are coming down already. Just remember, what goes up will come down. It's not straight up. It will retrace, and then hopefully it bounces, finds support, and then continues on from there. Just depending on the market. So just depending on the market. We got Steve in the house. What's up, Steve? Appreciate you, man, being here. We got Steve in the house. We have Dylan in the house. Thank you so much. We have Melissa. Thank you so much for joining in. And of course, we'll be saying hi to the others as they also come in. But this might be a short stream. Once again, if you have any coins you want me to do, let me know. I got my notebook here and I am ready to go. If you have any questions, oh man, please ask. I love questions. Questions it does two things. One, it verifies that I know what I'm talking about. And to me, that's really important, because you don't want to follow somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about. There's a lot of people out there that don't want you asking questions, because then it reveals that they don't know this stuff. And then of course, too, it helps traders that may not even know to ask that question. So again, I love questions. I encourage it. All right. Let us go to the liquidations heat map. Let's refresh the page and see what's going on. So right now, OMG, as we always talk about, this is on the 24-hour time frame. When price goes up, it creates liquidity to the downside. When price goes down, it creates liquidity towards the upside. And Mr. Powell, like, I think he just went, and then the market just blew up. Man, he was clearing his throat a whole bunch. But I think, they turned on his mic and he went, and then boom, moon mission. Moon mission. So, of course, this right here, just kind of zoom in a little bit. This is just showing the past 24 hours. We're going to go over Bitcoin in just a second, but we have a lot of liquidations towards the downside. Just really nice hot spots. Let's go to the 12-hour time frame really quick. And again, as you can see, as we're coming up, we're creating liquidity towards the downside. And for those that trade liquidity, it's sure it can come down here for this, but it's all, as it's coming down, it's creating liquidity towards the top side too. So it can stop at anywhere. So this is why I trade level by level. I really do. And now when people hear, oh, level by level, it's not only level by level. It literally is like the bigger picture. It's a trend, really. What trend do we see? So, somebody goes, oh, level by level, that's, nothing. No, it's a trend. I mean, each level is part of a trend. So we trade the trend. And when the trend reverses, well, what does it have to do? It has to first create a pivot, which is the first level. Level 1. Then the second level. Level 2. Then level 3. Then now it's a confirmed, in my opinion, trend. All right, moving on. There we go. Well, let us look at Bitcoin. Once again, if there's any questions, please let me know. If there are any coins you want me to do, let me know as well. We got Dave P in the house. What's up, Dave? Appreciate you, man, being here. Appreciate you guys greatly. We have Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame. Now, on the 4-hour time frame, we went ahead and did this. I made a video, I believe, for my VIP group, and this is on the 4-hour, and I'm zooming in, so hopefully y'all can do these same levels. Kind of body. This is on the Binance chart. Kind of body creates this little zone. If we just come on over, we can see that it respects it very, very well. Now, if we go over some more, we can see that the price did come down, almost touched it before bouncing. Then here it tapped it, 10 o'clock. Mr. Powell went and boom, moon mission. Now, yesterday we were talking about, price was here. Thinking, it might come up to here, which it pretty much did, and then come down, which it pretty much did. And then this is our decision point. Our decision point was a little bit higher, though. It was here, not what ended up happening. So this is what I was thinking. Price is here. We'll go up. We did. Come down to maybe here. Again, I don't know what's going to happen. If I did, I'd be a millionaire just from trading, and I'm not, because, well, anything can happen. And then, go up. Well, here it went down, further down, tapped I believe I had my alert. So this alert, it's not too short. The alert is getting me ready for looking for shorts. That's what this alert is for. It's not too short. It's, hey, start looking, are we getting lower lows and lower highs? And what I really want to see is I want to see a retest of this, which it did happen. We came down here, we broke this, and as soon as we broke it, we started coming up. And now what I'm looking for is another break. So level 1, level 2, let's go. And then this is definitely the zone that we're looking for. Just kind of put into a broader spectrum. Here we have this range down here. Y'all see that? Here we have this range up here. And as long as we remain above the tipple, which is the trading tuition power lines, I think it's so dumb that I'm saying that, but hopefully I'll be selling y'all a course to understand power lines, which is dumb. It's almost like an inside joke, but I'm telling you the inside part of it. But here we did have here we had a bear trap. Here we had another bear trap. And here we're looking for a possible bear trap. It rolls over, looking for a break of this, and it did break. And now this is what we want to see. And this is why I'm very patient. I could put a bunch of charts out there and just do this as a numbers game. But I really do truly value your money. I really do. So I don't want to put a bunch of, hey, I see y'all doing those hearts. I forgot about those hearts. Thank you guys. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. But I don't want to bamboozle you. I don't want y'all losing more money than really y'all, I don't want the market taking more money than it should, really. The market takes money. We win, we lose. But when we came, what I'm looking for, coming up, coming down, possible decision zone to attack this level, and hopefully come in here and then remain in this zone, which is bullish. If it doesn't, then, what it could do is roll over. And then if so, now breaking this level, we're looking for shorts, and we're going to be playing the shorts until we reach this level, if we reach this level. And again, this also is a zone. So that's for my thought process on that. Let's see here. Do I think we're going to go up? Well, right now, I believe the president is speaking. I don't know where or what, but this was Powell right here. Let's go to the 1 hour. Just moon mission. I'm on UTC time. Moon mission. And then I'm thinking, okay, cool. We'll probably come down here, maybe to here. But I would like to see it go here. That way we just start bouncing here. And then went more. Now, I do want to show this as well. To me, I think it's really important to understand my levels. And these are just zones. Like here, I have a zone. Let me just... Oh, no, this doesn't match up. But we have candle bodies, candle bodies, candle bodies, candle bodies, and then almost a wick. So this is like my top portion of the zone. And then here's my other zone. So this right here is where there was the most activity in this range. The most activity. And look what happened. The price went all the way up to that middle level. All the way to the middle level. Now, what I would like to see is I would like to see the price come down. However, right now, because the president is speaking, it may continue going up. When we have this type of just up only, it's not healthy. Expect something like this. Because that's usually what happens after an up only session. It pulls back and it pulls back hard because people are taking profit. That's it. And then what we want to do, and it's very, very difficult to see these coins like Solana, the 3-minute time frame, just shoot up. Be like, oh man, I wish I was in it. Oh, I should have been in it. Oh man, can I get in it? Should I enter now? And then you enter, and then once you enter, of course, because they wait for you, not anybody else but you. Then let's say you enter here, price comes down, comes down, comes down, comes down, and then now it starts going, and now you've lost all that. Versus, and this is the hard part, seeing it go up. This is the hard part, seeing it go up. But after it retraces and it finds a support level, and then it breaks the pivots going to the upside, now you can enter the trade. And hopefully the momentum continues. If not, then, we may have another rollover and then you get stopped out. Now, here's the thing, man, I saw a lot of people giddy, super giddy, oh, we caught the bottom and this and that, blah, blah. This literally, and these are people that I love too. Like I saw a lot of people, quite a few streamers today saying, how they nailed it and blah, blah, blah. It was literally a coin flip, literally, because the setup could have been great, divergence, indicators, everything, moving averages, point of control, everything could have been in your favor. And then Powell says something hawkish, bearish, and then boop, and there goes your trade. There goes your setup. Or you could get extremely lucky. Joe, you're just jealous. No, I'm calling it as it is. You can get extremely lucky, and this, man, for everybody who was in a trade and made money, good for you. To me, it was way too risky because I could have been in the trade and then got sucked out. And then, but man, this one took off, and man, it took off very, very nicely. Steve says, Joe, Trade Intuition, you're my favorite. Steve, you're my favorite. You are my favorite. And like I said, I have a lot of favorites, a lot of influencers that I watch that are really good, really good. But in my opinion, this was literally a coin toss. It could have easily gone the other way, easily. Let's go to the 3-minute time frame. Oh, this is just me playing around. Super extremely risky doing a short because it's so bullish, and there's really no pivot yet. But this is just kind of me doing a preemptive possible short area. But there's really no pivot. I mean, we're starting to get a pivot here. Very risky though. I was thinking we're going to come down, up, down, break. Maybe even I was thinking maybe a pivot here. It looks like we're doing a pivot because we went up, then down. But what was I going to show here? Oh yeah. So what I do is I trade on the 3-minute time frame. And what I could have done, woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda, but I didn't because, well, I knew at 10 o'clock something was going to happen. Here, break at this level. We enter the trade. However, did we? Nope. Did I do a live screen share this morning for a scalp trading session? Nope. Because again, we could have had a perfect setup for longs or shorts. And let's say we entered a long and Powell said something to the downside. Or before even Powell does his, it dumps 5, let's say for Bitcoin, 3 to 4%. For the alts, 12, 15%. Before he even does his first, and then it skyrockets, and then we got wrecked. So again, this was a complete coin toss, in my opinion, and I didn't want to risk my people's money, or my money for that matter. All right, moving on. Let's see here. Steve said he's not on yet. Yeah, last time he was supposed to be on, we were waiting and waiting and waiting for him. I forgot what channel it was. And then finally, no, I ended up going to Tom's channel. And I showed up like 30 minutes late. And sure enough, he still didn't show up. And then right as soon as I enter the room, the chat, then the president walks through the office or wherever it was. Steve says, can we do Pepe? Yeah, definitely. If y'all want any coins, guys, let me know. Oh, look at Band. Man. So I did a video earlier today in reference. I think Band was right here. And I said, Band, this one hasn't moved yet. I didn't do a setup. For the group. I said, this one hasn't moved yet. And it was about right here. And just know that it's much safer to get it on the retrace. Could you do a really quick scalp? Sure. I think it was about right here. About right here. And how much did it move? And this is the part that, I mean, even me sometimes, oh my gosh, kills me. Kills me. But I want to play it safe. And I don't want, because I don't know it's going to go 45%. You know, maybe it only goes, maybe it goes up to here, 6%. And then it reverses and then the whole market changes. And then it comes down. And then now we got stopped out at 10%. You know what I mean? But yeah, I went up 45%. And sometimes it hurts. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it hurts. But what I'm looking for is, show you. What are you looking for? I want to see after a pump. Do we have anything? Yes, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the move up. I'm looking for the retracement. And then as it's coming up here, we can enter. Joe, that's not a good example because, well, we would have been stopped out. You're right, we would have been. However, what I'm looking for is up, down, pivot about here, attack the high and attack the high. Again, I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm not going to say, oh, I wouldn't enter here because and look for reasons because I see that it went down. I'm seeing that, oh, look, we had a rising wedge or a channel. We broke to the downside. We bounced off of that. We're doing good. We broke this level. We had a really nice run up. We don't buy the breakout. What we want to do is we want to buy the breakout after the retest. So, well, I'll tell you what, here we would have bought because it went up, down, up. We would have entered. If it would have just gone straight up, we don't get it. But here we would have entered. But let's say we didn't see that. And now our alert goes off. It's like, oh, crap. So we wait. We don't take this. If you want to, you can, just knowing that it has a really high chance of coming back. And then this is what we would have done. We would have gotten stopped out. We're like, oh, crap. And then now, let's see here. And we might have entered there. We would have been stopped out again. And this is just the market at this time. You know, that's just the market at that time. Eventually you're going to get it right. Look here. If we were looking at this, you know, nice run up. All right, moving on. But yeah, sometimes so double click down here, takes me to the current time. That kills me though. Because I mean, I woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Hey, we got Road Dog in the house. What's up, Road Dog? Appreciate you, man, being here. Let's see here. Hey, Dutchie's in the house. What's up, Dutchie? Appreciate you. All right. Thank you guys for smashing the like. I'm here for the Fibonacci class. Yeah. So and Dutchie, you asked the same question that I asked Meet Damien in reference to the fibs. And what I'm going to go over is I'm going to go over the fibs and I want to see if this is how you do it. And I'm going to explain why I do it the way I do it. But yeah, I brought that up to him too, as well. The very first time I saw him, I was like, wait a minute, you're doing it backwards. Let's see here. Road Dog says, wonder what the whale games will be like this weekend. Right. They're going to play games. Yeah. In my opinion. Very true. Let's see here. Thought that info was on Meet Damien. Yeah. And hopefully Meet Damien. And I believe when I asked Meet Damien and he gave me his answer, I believe on the next show that he showed up on mine, I showed him the way I use it and the reasons why. But yeah. Let's see here, going down the list. Dollar Yo, I guess, crypto. Great TA. Oh, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Now, if you have any questions, let me know. Let me know. Once again, I love questions. A lot of traders or a lot of people who do YouTube, they don't like questions because one, it reveals if they know what they're talking about. And for me, I love questions. Like I want to prove to you that I know what I'm doing. And then two, maybe there's another trader that may not even know to ask that question or might just be embarrassed. So ask questions. It's going to show you that I know what I'm talking about. And if I don't know, I'll tell you. I don't know. See here. Yeah. Yeah. And that's just how he does it. Same thing with Porky. Porky does it the same way, which in my opinion, I mean, there's really not a wrong way, but in my opinion, there's a more correct way, and that's how I use it. But yeah, Porky does the same thing, and Meet Damien does the same thing. And why they do it like that, I don't know. But yeah, for me, I like doing the whole thought process. See here. Road Dog says, Dutchie, you don't know what you don't know. You know? I know. And one time I didn't either. Good question to ask. Yeah. Me, Damien, yeah. Yeah, so we'll go over favorite tracement. And matter of fact, we'll go over that on Pepe. So let's go to Pepe. This was just training. Pepe. And hopefully Meet Damien shows up. Oh no, it's good, man. I can read your stuff. So this is Pepe. This was, what are these dots? Normally the dots are my decision points. Why do I have all these dots here? Is this training? I don't know. There's nothing for me to go off of. Do I have more stuff here? Nope. This. Okay, so I have levels. Oh, we were DCAing. We were dollar cost averaging. That's what this was. You know, we bought some here, it comes up, pull back, we buy some more, then it comes up, we're buying some more. That's all that was. Okay, so let us do this. Okay, so we're looking at Pepe. Looking at Pepe, let's go ahead and delete the 22 drawings. Get out of here, 22. Okay, and what I like doing is I like going our time frame daily. It's fine. Okay, so it's looking strong, but it's not. You know, we have these lower highs, but these lower highs are barely lower, which is good. So that's also a strong indication. We do have this right here. So from this low to this low, and this doesn't really do anything for us. I like having the magnet tool and using the rate tool so it snaps in place. There is no bias on my behalf. So this doesn't really help us because it's way down here. So I'm going to say, get out of here, rate tool. And let's do it from here. From this one to this one. Okay. So now I have from this level to this level. We can see that it almost touched, kind of dancing on it, broke above it. So that's good. It's showing strength. Okay. What else can we see? Let's see here. Yeah. And I was right there with you, Dutchie. Like I saw it and it's like, because that's what the exact same thing I try to do too. When I first started watching them and explained why. But yeah. All right. So right now it was dancing here, but now it's looking bullish. We have a low and we have a higher low. We have a low and a lower low. I do include the wicks. Before I didn't used to, but now I do. And so we do have bullish divergence that is currently playing out. Let's go to a 4-hour time frame. And let's double click here. High, higher, high. High, higher, high. No divergence there. Very good. Okay, we have this trend line that's breaking through, which is good. So here's a question when it comes down to trend lines. Trend lines, in my opinion, something like this, don't need to do it. But Joe, it broke through and it did a retest and blah, blah. Okay, sure, fine, whatever. But in my opinion, because this is so steep the angle is so sharp that when it comes to trend lines, all you need is time. All you need is time before you break it. Joe, it looks better here because it's not all shrunk up like the way you had it. It doesn't really matter because all you need is time, and eventually you're going to break it. For example, let's just say price did this. Eventually you're going to break it. Are we bullish now? No. We're bullish once we start breaking levels, key levels. Give you a heads up. All right, moving on. Okay. So let's get rid of that. Okay. Right now, it's looking really bullish because it broke above this level. And let me show this to you. This is on the 4-hour time frame. Wow, goes all the way back here. Nope, I don't like it. I like it. So we actually have a zone. So what I'm doing is I'm using my eyeballs and so this is our zone. So let's make this white. Let's make it white. Okay. And then right here. Perfect. Man, I cannot make this stuff up. I love it. I love it. So this is our zone from here to here. Now, sometimes we tap into the zone barely. Sometimes we just go right at the zone. It looks better if I do it like this. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, true, Road Dog. Very true. Yep. See, and that's the thing too. Like we have to vet everybody. And then sometimes we just go there, you know, to help them out, support them, blah, blah, blah. But we just have to vet everybody. And like for me, that's one thing that I really need, you know, for y'all to do. Vet me, you know, make sure that I'm doing good. I'm a good trader. Now, you may not agree with all the stuff that I do. Maybe it's too simple, or maybe I'm simplifying it too much. But like we can still come to the same point. And then, of course, hopefully I can explain everything and why I'm doing what I'm doing. But here's our zone. Really nice zone, being respected, being respected, being respected. Coming all the way over here. I'm looking for reasons why not to get into this trade. I'm looking for bearish reasons. Right now we're on the 1 hour time frame. The only thing bearish I can say is that it moved too much. It moved too much for me to enter this trade. From down here to here, 15%. Could it move more? Sure, why not? Now, what you could do is you could enter right now. Now, granted, for me, I wouldn't. Because even if it goes up more, I don't even care. I want it to retrace and then enter. That's what I want to do. Let's see here. Inverse head and shoulders for Steve. On Pepe, 1 hour. What time frame? Because here, I don't see inverse head and shoulders. I see a Batman pattern. Is that Batman? Okay. I was going to try to do the Batman theme song, but I can't do it. What else do I see? I see, was it LTC? Don't go chasing waterfalls. I see waterfalls. Let's see here. What else do I see? I see... What do I see? I'm trying to look at this like I'm looking at clouds. I don't know. Let's see here. Dudgy says, exactly. Joe is always open when it comes to comments, open to other ideas, opinions. Yeah, definitely. And see, for me, that's extremely important, because I may see something that you don't, or you may see something that I don't. And if you use, I mean, there's been a lot of times where they're like, oh yeah, I use this indicator. So, oh man, I've never heard of that one. Or yeah, I used to use it a long time ago when I first started. I didn't like it, blah, blah. But now that I've, learned more, maybe now I can implement it, because maybe I just wasn't ready. How do you use it? Oh, okay, well, go from there. See here. Oh yeah, definitely. I agree. Yep. So, Steve, so the inverse head and shoulders, what time frame are you looking at? Because I don't see it. All right. So again, you could enter here. I personally would not. I would think that it's going to retrace. Now, here is a perfect opportunity for us to use the fib retracement tool and also explain the thought process behind it. So right now we're on the 1 hour time frame. Could we use a fib retracement tool based off of this extension length? Sure. Is it correct? It's kind of correct. What do you mean by kind of? Well, if we use the magnet tool, we go from the swing low to the high. This will tell us where the retracement, hence the name, fib retracement, where the retracement might happen. However, this is only kind of right. Why do I say that? Because, well, the price might do something like this and then continue going up. Well, then now what we have to do is this becomes fluid to where now we have to adjust it to this high, then this high, then this high, then this high. We have to keep on doing it until the price stops going up. And then now it starts retracing. Hence the name fib retracement. So in order to do a fib retracement, what we're doing is we're pulling from the left to the right so that these numbers are in this order. If you pull the other way from top to bottom, which I've been seeing people do, this still gives you levels. However, it's not a fib retracement area. There's still levels, but they're not where the price might retrace to. If you hear people saying, and pulling it this way from top to bottom, from, left to right, no, it's still the same way, from top to bottom, and they say, yeah, it might come down here to the 382, that's not correct, because these are percentages. So if we pull it the correct way from bottom, make sure magnet tool's on, from bottom to top. Now, granted, this can change. So again, don't think that these levels are fixed. It can easily change. However, the pullback from the 0% to the 100% of the move, this is 23.6%. This is 38.2%. This is 50%. So using the fib retracement tool to see where the price might retrace to, you must go from bottom to top to see where it might retrace to. Now, granted, this would have been a better example if it was already doing something like this, because now this is a defined pivot, and then now you have these levels that will not move unless it continues going up after a bounce, and then now you can use that one, because on a higher time frame it would be pretty much a continuous line per se. So hopefully this makes sense. The reason why we pull from bottom to top when we're looking for a retracement. If we're just looking for levels for a target, well, you could put, let's go to this. You can go to the style. These are the levels that I have. 0, and then all the zeros with the points, 236, 382, 618, 0.5, 786. These are my levels. Now, to get levels to the upside for targets, and this is why they do what they do. What I've noticed from Porky and meet Damien. They don't have these negatives. They have just the regular numbers. Now, in order for the regular numbers to show, and for example, we'll do this. In order for the regular numbers to show, let me see. Yeah. See how they're down here? Well, in order for them to get their targets, what they do is they go from top to bottom. And notice that the negatives aren't here. These are the numbers that I just put on. This is, in my opinion, why they do what they do, so they can get their targets here. And even though they're saying it's going to probably pull back to the 382 level, they're looking at this to be their targets. So that is my explanation for why they do what they do. So let me know if that made sense. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with my logic behind the fib retracement, what it's used for, and if you think that I'm using it correctly. Put a 4 if it makes sense as far as why they use it. So you can put a 1 and then the next comment a 4. If it makes sense why they use it, because they're looking for targets. And they'll suddenly pull back, but the pullback percentage isn't the actual retracement, but that's why you use the fib retracement to see how far it might retrace. All right, moving on. Let me look at the comments. So again, 1 is if you agree with my logic behind the fib retracement, how it's used, why we pull it the way we do, and a 4 if you kind of understand that, oh, they're pulling from top to bottom, which in my opinion isn't as correct for a retracement, but what they're using it for more so is for targets. But I showed you how you can do targets using the fib retracement. All right, moving on. Let's see here, going down the list. Okay. Yeah, so I caught him on that, like the very first show that I saw. I was like, why do you do it like that? And he explained it. It's like, well, and then I typed all that stuff out. I don't like typing. I typed all that stuff out, and he's like, nope. Okay. To each his own. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that too. Dutchy. See here. Road Dog says fibs are basically a 100% point scale. You want 0 to be your start point. Exactly. Now, when do I pull from the top? Because I do pull from the top sometimes. Let's do it from here. Let's go to let's go to here. Now, I do pull from the top. That's only when I'm looking for potential continuation to the downside. So for me, what I'll do is if I think the price is going to come up to about here before retracing, what I'll do, same thing, fib retracement, magnet tool, I will go from the highest point to the lowest point. Now, granted, I'm pulling it the opposite way now because I want to see it come down. Now, in order for it to come down, what I'm looking for is a retracement of at least the 38% mark. And this is a retracement of going down. So hopefully this makes sense. So when I pull it from the top to the bottom, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for this. Let's take off the magnet tool. I want to see something like this, where it comes up to the 382, comes down, maybe a 0.5, and then maybe it starts losing its levels. And this is saying that it retraced, or it, bounced 38% from this drop. Now I can't measure it from the top. I have to measure it from the bottom. So hopefully that makes sense as well. But this is how I use my fib retracement to see where we may get a bounce from. And this is how I use it. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. Let's see here. Road Dog says, I think you nailed the reason, Joe. Yeah. ones in the chats. Love it. Target locked. Let's go. Tommy 2 Liter says, I'm still learning. We all are, man. All of us are. Road Dog is, I am, BC is. Even though he's a smart dude, like BC is like probably one of the smartest guys. So we have like BC and we have Army Piper. I don't know who's smarter, but both of them are extremely smart. I'm the guy who just been making jokes. Like I'm that guy. The other ones are like, oh man, like listen to them. Like, what are they saying? They're really smart. Magnets. Oh no, we got the magnets in the chat. Let's go. Let's go. There's so much overlap. It's hard for them to see why. Yeah. Very true. See, Dutchie says, oh man, I wish I had my laptop here to join you just to discuss this matter. I agree with what you just showed, but there's so much more. Dude, I would love to get your knowledge, like really, really would. I haven't put my Discord, because I know you're on Discord. I love Telegram, but I haven't put Discord on this computer. I have like 12 different logins for Discord, and it's just a hassle. I don't know which one is which. Dylan. What's up, Dylan? See here. Dang it. I love Fib Talks. There's still a lot. Yep. To learn. Yep. The beautiful rabbit hole. Like for me, just to simplify everything, these are, Fibonacci was a math genius, and these are all psychological levels. So for me, what I'm always looking for in a bullish, very bullish market, let's take that off. Let's take this off as well. In a very bullish market, and let's go ahead and cancel that out. Yes. In a very bullish market, when we have this nice run up, what I'm looking for, and I'm not going to do it exactly, but what we're looking for in a very bullish, for it to come down here to the 236 and then come up. There's a lot of people that are waiting for the golden pocket, and you're going to be waiting and waiting and waiting. I used to be in a group that was very, very large, and I would have anywhere between 20 and 30 people a day ask me, Joe, I'm waiting for that retrace. I'm waiting for it to go into a golden pocket. I'm waiting for it. It's like, dude, it's not happening. Like we're pulling back about 23% from the run up, and then we're taking off again. And once they realize that, it's like, oh, okay. Now, when the market is good, I'm looking, now this is like bulls are out and everything is great. This is what I'm looking for, 23% pullback. Now, when we are just average trading, like right now, I would like to see the minimum pullback retracement of 38%. This is my minimum. I would love to see the 0.5. Sometimes, well, usually it doesn't happen. Normally, like before, and this is why, doing so many trades and looking at so many charts, this helps you find the average of the pullbacks. Before, the average was not in the golden pocket. The average was 0.5 almost every time. Again, we don't know what's going to happen. Then it started changing, and my entries weren't hitting because it was only pulling back to the 382. So we have to adjust with the market, and now it's the 382. So when I'm looking for a pullback, I'm looking for a 382. I would love a 0.5. Why? It allows the indicators to breathe. I don't use them, but I know other traders do, but it allows it to breathe. Now, if it goes into the golden pocket, depending on where we're at in the market, if we're chop or what have you, I get really nervous because it's really easy for the price action to drop below the 618. And now we're in the danger zone. Now we take 100% and then now potentially continue to the downside. So this is why these are my levels. This is what I do and what I'm looking for all the time. All right, moving on. My starting point is 1. Uh-oh. But maybe we're just lost in translation. Let's see here. BC says you can pull a fib from any direction. Just depends if you're looking for a retracement or just areas that might be of interest. Very true. I agree. Personally, I use fib extensions. I love the fib extensions when we're in a bull trend. Yeah. Yeah. So you can use the fib retracement for all-time high. You can also, so all-time high targets. You can also use the fib extension for all-time high targets. And all you're doing, like for the fib retracement, is just putting a negative in front of it, and it goes to the top, depending on how you drew it. But yeah. And then there's also a reverse here as well. So you do a reverse, it reverses it for you. But for me, I would just rather pull it one way or the other. Now, for me personally, I like having this trend line, and whenever people are, the members in my group, whenever they're posting a chart, I tell them, leave this on. It is on by default. Do not take it off. For the reason being is you can see very easily without having to, oh, is this one higher? Oh, no. Okay. Oh, it's done right. Because if you pull it a different direction, you can just see it, your starting points, in my opinion. All right, moving on. But yeah. Also, if you pull the fibs, then move them to the right, just projecting future levels, not previous PA. See, also, if you pulled the fibs, then move them to the right, it's projecting future levels, not previous. Pull the fibs and then move it to the right. You can also just extend it, click on it, come over here, and then go to extend to the right. Then we can have all the levels over here. Maybe. I don't know. Oh no. Oh, gotta take it off. I was like, oh no, we got problems. All right. Road Dog says, there need to be more and better fib instructions on crypto YouTube. I have to dig deep outside of crypto to figure out why. Oh, really? There are so many wrong tutorials. People upload all kinds of tutorials just to get views. It's embarrassing. Yeah, very true. And what I like doing is I like going to, oh man, I've been there forever. It's a website. It's so great. Investopedia. Man, I had to go way back in my brain. Investopedia. So what I do is I type in, well, let's do this together. What's this? Nope, that's not what I wanted. Oh, man, I'll take it anyway. Let's see here. Fib retracement. I know you can't see it. Retracement. Investopedia. So 1 second. So fib retracement. Investopedia. There's a search. And then here's Investopedia. So here you go. And I learned so much from this website. Like a lot. And, what are the fib retracement levels? What do they tell you? And then gives you the breakdown, the percentages, blah, blah, blah. And it tells you, this. Why are these different? I haven't looked at this. But these numbers are backwards. But, yeah, this is where I learned, like, a lot of my stuff. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Close it. Oh, wait. Close it. All right. Hey, we got Crypto Billy in the house. What's up, Crypto Billy? Appreciate you, man, being here. Okay. BC Pork Corp says, Road Dog, it's because most of us crypto bros started in stocks and made our way into crypto. Fibs are stock bro basics. If you want to learn about the indicators, there you go. Pull your fib. Let's see here, going down the list. Very good. See, that white screen made Joe glow. You got it for me. All right. See here. So we went over the fib retracement, why we use them, how to use them, et cetera, et cetera. For me, for this particular one, I would not enter the trade. just because there's a really high chance that we may go to the downside. And then we're going to pull this one more time just to see where I think it might go to, from the swing low to potentially, we don't know, it could go higher. So then we had to adjust this. But let's go ahead and take this off. Now, for me personally, as we mentioned, I'd like to see the price go to at least the 382 level, at least here. And if it does come down, we're looking for it to pretty much go right around this area, which is good because this is our bounce. It's kind of like our bounce zone. So yeah, it's a lot of really great support resistance. So this will be a great area right around, well, it's right here. All the zeros, 10741. It'd be really nice to see it bounce here. Now, does it have to? Nope. I mean, it can come down further to 0.5 possible, which would be all those zeros, 10518. But I'm looking for something like this. If it does do this, it may get rejected here. Oh no, let me think about this. Yeah, and then come up. So what I'm always doing is I'm always going about 50%, usually 38 to 50% of an extension leg to see what the next move might be. But I do like it. And now here's the next question. What is the percentage from where we're at right now to here? Only 3%. So if this is just a regular trade, sure, you can enter right now. I'm always doing leverage. So you could do an entry here. Then you can also put a lower entry, which I don't think you'll get. A lower entry way down here. And see if it hits. I don't think it will. I think it'll do something like this. And then once it breaks the pivot to the upside, you can add to your entry. And then still keep your stop loss, which would be down here. Stop loss. And again, this is, just regular spot trade. Let's see here. We got Day Digital with the magnet chats. I love it. I prefer the trend-based fibs for targets. So the 3.1. Yeah, 3 point. And the way we use that is, well, we need 3 points. And for this one, it would be better to go preferably on a larger time frame. Let me hide all this crap, Rooney. Get out of here, crap. All right. So what we need is 3 pivots. For me personally, I wouldn't be able to do, we could do, for me, I wouldn't be able to do it, the extension, the trend-based one, because we broke this. If we didn't break this, and let's just say we're here, then what I could do is, all my favorites, magnet tool, go from, I wouldn't really use this one. Well, let me go to a higher time frame, 4 hour. I would still use this. So I wouldn't use this one. I'd use this one because this is the start of the move. Down, up, highest point, and then down. And that's if the price was here. And then here it gives me my levels. But since it broke this level, I can still have these here, but I would need to make sure to get out of this zone before even looking over here. Just my opinion. Let's see here, going down the list. Bitcoin still needs to clear 118 area, in my opinion. Yep, sure does. And we're now coming down. Oh. Okay. So here, we're starting to break. We're starting to break. We're starting to break. So 1%. It's gross. Gross. Okay. Oh, doesn't make sense. So when the price was here, I was thinking it was going to come down in here, come up to here, come down. Here's our level. It ended up going up higher, coming down, then starting to lose its momentum. Remember, what goes up will come down. That's guaranteed, 100% guaranteed. Oh, wait a minute. I entered the short when we first started the show. But anyway, if y'all want to take this, it's... if you want to take it. So in 3-minute time frame. However, we haven't broke the level yet. We haven't broke the level yet. Joe, you're just saying that because it got green. No. We hit. Hold on. Hold your horses. Okay, yeah, sure. I take it. Knowing that we could do this. So this extension leg, we're here. Come up to here to maybe here. So this is really ugly. I'll say here. And then now let's go. So you know what? I'll put this down here. Let's do it for this. So stop loss 116,855. Okay, nice and tight. And get stepped out, Very high risk. You know, the FOMO could continue, but right now we're starting to see the break of lows, which is good. You know, when it started going here, no break of the low, no break of the low. Then here we started breaking the lows, and then now we're kind of, maybe, we'll see. All right, moving on. Let's see. Let me catch up on the chat. Okay. Let's see here. That's the point of control. Point of control. Yeah, I was really surprised that it broke above our value area low zone. This is my zone. Oh, it changed. Let's go extend this out. Click on this one. This was the value area low zone, but now it changed to this with the most recent data. Can never find the other ones. Oh well. Here's our POC. Well, mine anyway. It's right here. It did go up to our mid level. So let me go ahead and hide these again. 4 hour. But I do expect it to come down. What goes up will come down. We went over that at the very beginning of the show. What goes up will come down. What goes up will come down. It's just a matter of when. And this is a really big move. Could it continue going? Sure. Not healthy. Because when it does come down, it'll do something like this, in my opinion. DDT says, Ayo, was lurking with fibs on K. Sorry, I'm a maxi. They always form swing lows on internal pivot lows. Also, this is taught in TradFi. See here with fibs on K. Sorry, I'm a maxi. They always form swing lows or internal pivot lows. I would need a complete sentence. Fibs are unfortunately not subjective. Fight me. Yeah, it just depends on what you're using it for. So that's how it could be subjective. But yeah, only thing that rage baits me is Sailor and then fibs. Let's see here. Very true, very true. Mr. T's in the house. Mr. T, what's up, brother? Thank you for everybody smashing the like. You guys are the best. See here, especially when using harmonics or Elliott waves. Yeah, so harmonics, it's too much brain power for me. I'll just let you know. Same thing with Elliott waves, too much brain power. I'd rather use that on breathing, so no thanks. But if you can use harmonics and Elliott waves and all this other good stuff, and you're successful, keep on doing it. Keep on doing it. For me, it's just, I have a limited amount in my brain, and I don't want to have like 190 more rules. It's just too much. And then for it to possibly not play out or reverse, I can do that with my rules. You know what I mean? My very few rules could play out or could not. And then if I have 190 additional rules and the same thing, it could play out or could not, then it's like, you know. Let's see here. You guys are funny. You guys are funny. BC Pork Corp says, rejected off the top side of the 4-hour fair value gap I was talking about this morning. Hey, there you go. Oh, I missed your show. I caught the replay, though. I missed your show, but I caught the replay. Yes. I woke up at 7 and you already done. It's like, dang it. Yeah, same. If you ever do a show, let us know. You know, we support other creators. Very true. Yeah, as far as fair value gaps, I see them and I'm aware of them. Same thing with order blocks and everything else. So I used to say this like a lot in reference to like strength. Let's see here. So let's do this. Like, Joe, is this going to be a story? Not really. So we have fair value gaps. Then we have order blocks. Then we have moving averages. Then we have support resistance levels. And of course, you know, the higher the time frame, the better. Okay, so now all of these have strengths to them. For me personally, I put these in different categories. So let me go ahead and just do this right here. Put this in blue, make it in this color. Okay. So for a fair value gap, in my opinion, from 0 to 10, 0 being nothing and 10 being the absolute strongest level, a fair value gap to me holds like a 3 to maybe 4 on the strength level. An order block holds about a 5 to maybe 6 as far as strength, resistance, support. A lot of people like the term acts like a magnet. For me, I like saying you have a higher likelihood that the price might go to those areas and hopefully bounce, or, at least there's a pretty good chance that we're going to go there. Now, as far as moving averages go, I would put this along the lines of, and these often change, so it's not like set in stone, but fair value gap, about 3 to 4, order block 5 to 6. Moving averages, I would put them about the same as a fair value gap, so a 3 to 4. Sometimes they work really great. For example, 200 SMA, you can see it bounce off of that. So it didn't get attracted to it, but there was the candle body closes were in that, because it's an average. So that the average is usually, potentially, a great area of possible support resistance. Now, there have been plenty of times where I've seen it bounce off of it beautifully. There have been plenty of times where I've seen it get rejected beautifully. However, there have also been times where it's just gone straight through it, to the downside or to the upside. So for that reason, for me personally, they hold about a 3 to 4. Now, the higher the time frame, the stronger. So 3 to 4 on a lower time frame. So lower time frame. And then I'd say about maybe a 5 to 6 on a higher time frame. Now, in reference to support resistance levels, for this, now you notice I don't have trend lines on here. Trend lines I love. However, trend lines, it's a step underneath support resistance for me, because you could break out of a trend line and still be under resistance of a major support resistance level. So even though it broke the trend line, it needs to break that level. And I'll give you an example in just a moment. So for support resistance on a higher time frame, I would say that this is possibly a 6 to 7. There are no 9s and 10s, just to give you a heads up. Now, in reference to the example that I was just mentioning, let's do this in yellow, and we'll do it in 2. If we have a trend line like this, and we have price action like this, and we'll change this to this color. Now, even though price broke out of this trend line, we still have this major key level it needs to break before we get into this trade. Because even though it broke out, it can still do this and then now continue breaking because of this level. So for that reason, I don't buy the breakout of a trend line, or I have a trend line with less strength than a support resistance level. This is the first step. This is what tells me to enter the trade. Once it breaks out of the trend line, then not only did it break this trend line, this is step 1, but it broke this main level, which is step 2. And now I'm in. So hopefully all this, because I see all this stuff, I just don't verbalize it. But when it comes to order blocks, fair value gaps, moving averages, same thing with point of control. Point of control, in my opinion, is just under support resistance levels. It's stronger, and let's do that here. So I can add that one here too. So let's do this in white. So now we have the PLC, and I really should have taken this off, man. So now we have the PLC. The PLC, in my opinion, let's draw this. The PLC, in my opinion, is a 6 to 7, especially if there's like really great activity, higher time frames, of course. Everything higher time frames to me is stronger. So a PLC, point of control, is about a 6 to 7. Now, it doesn't mean that it cannot be broken or found as great support. It can, but it can also be broken. So again, nothing is a 9 to 10. So hopefully this all makes sense. Let me know in the chat if this made sense to you. Doesn't mean you have to agree with my levels of strength, but this is how I see it. Fair value gaps and moving averages are the weakest. However, they are a form of support resistance, in my opinion. Then stronger than that is order blocks. Stronger than that are point of controls from the fixed range volume profile. Very important. Fixed range. So we're looking at a particular range. And then we also have support resistance. So that's what I think. All right. Let's see here. BC uses fair value gaps too. Nice. Very nice. Okay. Let's see here. Deji says, now we're talking serious. I find it hard to watch your charts, BC, mainly because of your dotted lines or dashes. See here. See, fib extensions, dashes, or my retracements. Makes it hard to watch. Okay. See here. Road Dog says, if there was a trophy for prettiness chart setups, Joe would win. Ha ha ha. You're funny. You funny. See, Joe's charts look like a supermodel. Mine look like Rosie O'Donnell. You funny. You funny. Oh my gosh. See here. Road Dog, check out Coons Trading. Yeah. Coons is really good with, I call it the Sesame Street. Oh my gosh. ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, Elliott waves. He's really good with Elliott waves. Dude is like, man, if you're going to learn from somebody, that's the dude. I saw him one time. He was on Crypto Princess live stream, and he was just going and talking, and he knows his stuff too. It's very, very obvious. But yeah, Coons. So here. Okay, going down the list. Hi, Dutchy. See here. Hey, we got Pennywise in the chat. Pennywise in the chat. If y'all could do a search for balloons and put some balloons in the chat. I don't have that function right now. Uh-oh, pop them. See here. BC says, it's a strength thing to me. You're the first person to bring it up. Yeah, so for me, I used to do that. I used to do my fib level or my levels. Some of them are dotted. And matter of fact, I have it here too. So here I have solid lines and here I have dotted lines. These dotted lines are internal. So then that's just something for me. You know, here we have the external, wick to wick, body to body, gives me this zone. And then here we have this, but this is all internal stuff. So this is dotted. So it's not as strong as the solid. That's my own interpretation of this stuff. And I really love, man, I love watching it. Man, come on, Bitcoin. Stopped out. Bitcoin, you ridiculous. Let's see here. Let's see, Steve says, trade tuition, lots of info today for us rookies. All you got to do, man, is ask. That's it. Just ask. Like, whenever it comes to indicators, when it comes to trading strategies, when it comes to charts, anything, like ask. Yeah, you don't have to pay somebody $99 an hour to get these questions asked or answered. And if I don't know it, I have a lot of really great traders in here that watch me, that support me, that if I don't know, it's like, I don't know. What do you guys think? And then they'll start typing away. Or I might say something, and which has happened before, and they're like, well, I don't really agree with that. I do it like this. Oh, okay. Well, hey, I didn't even think of it like that, or I've never even thought of doing it like that. So yeah, man, please ask. I love questions. I really do. As Road Dog says, true, one level, but tighter spread on stop loss than using trend lines. That's a plus for me. See, true, one level, but tighter spread on stop loss. Yep. Okay. Very true. Dudgy says, screenshot this, Joe. Makes you look like a math professor. That's funny. Meet Damien in the house. What's up, Meet Damien? Appreciate you, man. Did a short 1 hour live stream. Getting ready for my weekend. Looks like it will be good for altcoins. Hopefully, man. Hopefully. On today's stream, I went over fib retracements, how I use them, the definition, all that other fun stuff. Definitely check it out. It is like the middle of the show, I believe. That's when I started pulling out the fibs. And I think it's on Pepe, like 20 minutes ago. I'm not sure how long you've been in. But yeah, so definitely check it out. And then let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Deji says, ABCs, 1, 2, 3s. For a moment, I thought we were. Yeah, for me personally, when it ever comes to the Elliott waves, and it was funny too, because Alex O Crypto this morning, he was laughing. He's like, yeah, Joe calls it the ABCs 1, 2, 3 Sesame Street. And I do. I called it for that for years. You know, ABC, you know, don't do it. And Joe gets it. Very true. Let's see here. A BC says, y'all can ask any of us streamers. You see me in the charts. Yep. We're always happy to answer questions. 100%. 100%. Like, there should be no reason for you to pay somebody $99 an hour to answer questions. There really should be no reason. Those people are in it for the money. Not, oh yeah, I want to help you, but I can't. You have to pay me. Like, those people are in it for the wrong reason. There we go. See here, very good. Going down the list. All right. See here, always happy to help. Steve, going to be dropping a lot more stuff on my channel. So put your link on here, BC Pork Corp, if you could please, so everybody can follow. But yeah, BC, like I said, is an extremely smart person and trader. Extremely smart. So yeah. Let's see here, going down the list. Let's see. Any other questions, comments, concerns, issues? Let me know, or forever hold your peace. Forever hold your peace. 15 minute. It wants to maybe come down, but right now the FOMO is too much. The FOMO is too much. So let's go ahead and put our timer on. We're going to put the timer. Once the timer goes off, then that is the end of the show. And timer on. Here we go. Very good. But yeah, today was a good show. I thought we were going to do a really quick stream, but then we started getting some really great questions. And then we just went into teaching mode. I love teaching, man. I love it so much. I miss it. I miss all the great questions. I'm really surprised Bitcoin's still going. I am truly honored. I'm truly surprised. See here, haven't heard the Powell talk. Obviously not scary, I guess. No, dude, at 10 o'clock Eastern time, he did his speech, and I swear, like 10 seconds before his mic opened and before he went, the market just exploded. He didn't even say anything yet. He just walked into the room and boom, it went. And to me, it was a coin flip. It really was. It was a coin flip because it could have gone the other way. But there was a lot of people who were very, very happy that entered trades. For me, I didn't enter any trades. I didn't post any trades just because it could have been a great setup. You know, divergence and moving averages and point of controls and just everything. Like, everything could have been perfect. But if he says a word that could be perceived as hawkish, doesn't even matter what your chart says, boom, it comes down. And there was a lot of people. I was watching a lot of streams, and all of them, you know, very, very happy and good for them, you know, with their trades. But it was literally like flipping a quarter, and not a risk I was willing to take for my members or for my own trades. So I didn't do it. Let's see here. Dutchy says, BC is way too smart for his age. Jealous. Big time, man. Big time. Yeah. He would be the guy, in my opinion, that would need protection. I can't fight, but I'm a big dude, and I would be there to protect him so that I could, you know, hopefully learn from him. He's a guy that I would like, hey man, are you doing a study group? No? Man, you should start a study group so that I could be in it, you know, type thing. Yeah. I just dropped a fit video just for Road Dogg. Hey, there you go. I'm going to watch it. Put the video in here if you can. Put the video in here. That way we can all go to it, smash the like, leave a comment, leave 3 comments. That's my goal to y'all. Leave 3 comments on the video for BC Pork Corp. Put that video link in here so we can all watch it and leave 3 comments and smash the like. That'd be great. Let's see here. Road Dog says he just woke up. Yes. See here. BC Pork says, I don't know. Everyone thought it was bullish. I didn't think it was that bullish. I thought it was good for the future, though. Yeah. Yeah, same thing. Like before the stream, before he did his speech, like to me, I thought it was going to be a whole bunch of nothingness like he always does. And just like nothing burger, really. And he just went, boom, market went up. Market went up. It's like, okay. Let's see here. Let's see, all right. Everyone's just got that cut preference. It's ridiculous how much people just want to see cuts to pump backs. Yeah, very true. All right, so BC, if you can put your link to the video you just did, I would love to see it. Yeah, he talked at 10 a.m. this morning, Eastern time. But yeah, very true. Dude, like this, I wish I did not know about, well, yes, excuse me, yes or no? I kind of wish I didn't know about crypto, because that led me to realize about money, which led me to realize about Powell and the government, which led me to realize that we're in a world of hurt. We're going to be in a world of hurt because our economy, our money, the housing, everything, it's going to be bad. It's going to be really bad. So for that reason, you know, we got to make money going on the way up and down. Oh, you're going to make one. Yes. Sorry about that, man. You're going to make one. Cool. Well, when you do, let us know. All right, guys. Well, that's it for me. I do thank you very much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for smashing the like. Greatly appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are the absolute best. And with that being said, that's pretty much all I got. I'm going to do a dramatic fade out on my camera, and then I'm going to say my goodbyes. But I will say, appreciate all of you guys. If you haven't already, smash the like. You guys are the best. And then for my closing thoughts, let me close my eyes. Okay. Thank you guys for being here. You guys are the absolute best. Longest bear market in history. Dude, I'm telling you, it's going to get bad. It's going to get so ugly and bad and horrible. The only thing that we can do is make as much money as we can so that we can buy at the very, very low, hold it for a few years, and become very, very wealthy. That's all I got. I do thank you guys very much. We'll see you on the next one. As always, do not feel like you have to be in a trade, and have a stop loss. Thank you guys so much. See you on the next one. Thank you for the love and support y'all give every single day. We'll see you later on. We'll see you tonight on Crypto Coin Mindset, where we do crypto on the rocks. We kick back. We talk about life, about everything under the sun, really. Bring a topic, and we will talk about it. All right. Thank you, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Take care. BC Poor Corp. I love it. All right, guys. Talk to you soon.